hand of thy power was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of a high, set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones. Caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many in the valley, and lo, they were very dry.
Well, they've been there a minute.
He said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? I answered, O thy power, only thou knowest.
Only you know that.
He said unto me, prophesy upon these bones.
Welcome to Babylon, land of your captivity, that bred to this hateful heart and activity. As you deny Satan, got you by the collar, you risk your mama for a couple dollars. Welcome to Babylon. This ain't your home, you a vagabond, about to send hot beams out of stolen Avalon. The women you choose in close proximity, headed up the march, the sanger about to kill a seed, laying down willingly, heartless. Got them in you with utensils, yanking out cartilage. Then you wonder why nothing ever worked out for you. Punch them back for the devil, cause the father don't know you. Running like it's your job, sinning cause you know not that it's them very sins to keep you deader than the dog. Nah, deception is the main word that ain't of your heart. Not knowing you the chosen, so the broken.
All kind of stuff. You got palm readers, all that kind of
Fortune
stuff.
cookies.
Higher hate that stuff.
That's right.
And with that multitude of that sorceries, he called that sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, and so be thou shalt.
He said, if so. If is a two-letter word. That's so important. Go ahead, brother.
If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so, you're going to profit off this.
Hold up. That's why I clarify, Elder. If so, you ain't going to be able to do nothing. You ain't going to be able to do nothing. Understand? If so, thou shalt be able to profit.
If so be, thou mayest prevail.
Keep going, 13, brother.
Thou art wearied in that multitude of thy counsels. Let now thy astrologers and thy stargazers and thy monthly
procrastinators, stand up and save thee from these that shall come upon thee.
Now he said, all the things you seek, let them save you.
Because you hear the high-minded.
You're not seeking the higher.
That's right. You think this that by burning that what these little rocks they burn on the frankincense and all that stuff.
All that stuff they bring into the moon, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, none of that gonna save you, and they bringing nothing to you. Okay, then let's bring to Isaiah 48. Isaiah 48, next chapter down, verse 1.
Which one?
Verse 1.
Here, everybody got it?
Everyone, right down.
You got it, brother? Yes, sir. Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by my name.
Which are what?
Called by my name.
Of Israel.
Okay, like I said, you know how to edify the
Go ahead, brother.
Sister, you see what I'm saying again? He said, which are called by my name now.
We know the name.
We know the name, but the highest said it now, Israel is called by my name.
That's right.
Again, Obadiah, Nehemiah, Hezekiah, he said, called by my name. He didn't say Lord God.
No, he didn't.
Zephaniah, Zechariah,
No, he didn't.
Obadiah. That's right. It goes on and on.
Like he said before last week, I am.
I am that I am. That's his name. Highest or highest.
I am.
Called by my name of Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah, which swear by my name, swore by my name, he said his name, of Ahio, and make mention of the Ahio of Israel, but not in truth. Now they call on Lord God Jesus not in truth, they're not calling on Ahio. He said, but not in truth, nor in righteousness. So right there, even though you see God there still, he still is talking about his name.
Period.
But not in truth.
That's right. I'm gonna read the rest. I know you want to eat up some. I gotta get some reading in too, brother. All right. For they call themselves of the holy city, and stay themselves upon Yahweh of Israel. Yahweh of hosts is his name.
he done said the name 2 times now.
Proudly.
Proudly. He through all this, sister, he's showing you still, he's talking about his name.
That's right.
Keep going, Cap.
I have declared the former things from the beginning, and they went forth out of my mouth, and I showed them. I did them suddenly, and they came to pass, because I knew that are obstinate, and thy neck as an iron sinew, and thy brow brass. I have even from the beginning declared it to thee before it came to pass. I showed it thee, lest thou shouldest say, my idol has done them. You can't say that. You can't say that. Your idol did nothing. And my graven image and my molten image hath commanded them. That's what they proclaiming. All these other nations are him. Even our brothers and sisters, the other 10 tribes that went aside from us, they start going to Catholicism right now to this day. Right now to this day, you got Ephraim and Manasseh. They believe in more Catholicism and doing that, and the Santa Dominga. Other stuff for them to know in that spirit where they worship. Understand? He says, thou hast heard, see all this. Will not ye declare it? I show thee new things from this time, even hidden things, and thou didst not know them. They are created now, and not from the beginning, even before the day when thou heardest them not. Lest thou shouldst say, behold, I knew them. Ye, thou heardest not, ye, thou knewest not. Ye, from that time that thy ear was not open, for I knew that thou wouldest deal very treacherously, and was called a transgressor from the womb.
Now, start with that, sister. You understand that? That's what we have to meditate on. He said, yeah, thou hast not. See, yeah, thou knowest not. So we did not know this truth. It was a transgression.
That's right.
We were sinning out of ignorance, we did not know. We didn't hear this truth. He said he bring it up new to you. Come out of his mouth. Now you come back to his word. Wow, they been lying to me.
That's right.
They done told me that the name of Jesus. They done said, Lord God. They said the laws, statutes, commandments done away with. But he's telling me different. You get what I'm saying? He says, recap again, 8.
He says, ye, they heardest not. Ye, thou knowest not. Ye, from that time that thy ear was not open.
It was not open yet to hear this truth, to receive it. It was not time. The awakening is now.
For I knew that thou would deal very treacherously, and was called a transgressor from the womb. He knew you in your womb.
Now watch the next scripture.
It says, for my name's sake, for my name's sake, for my name's sake, for my name's sake, will I defer my anger, and for my praise will I refrain for thee, that I cut thee not off. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction.
Furnace of affliction, that means we're going to go through it.
Trials and
Easy.
tribulations.
Now, if you think it's going to be easy, this and that, whatever, you ain't fit for the kingdom.
That's right.
You got to be fit for the kingdom. You got to earn the kingdom. You just can't say, I'm going to go to the
That's
kingdom
right.
doing nothing.
And we've been disobedient towards our Father for a very long time.
Long time.
We have been, even back in the times. I'm just go to Deuteronomy 9. Deuteronomy 9, and let you understand what the loyalty is of our Father. We need to wake up, dry bones.
Oh, Israel.
Hallelujah. Deuteronomy 9, verse 7.
Okay, knock it out.
What do you think?
Knock it out. You're doing good. Oh, thank you. No, I'm talking about the eyes and again, all getting all that.
I got you. I'm going to be able to do so you can cut chop up too. Deuteronomy 9. On praise.
319.
Hallelujah.
319.
Deuteronomy 9, verse 7. Deuteronomy 9, verse 7. Everyone has it? Yes. Remember and forget not how thou provokest Yahweh to wrath in the wilderness, from the day that thou didst depart out of the land of Egypt. Until ye came unto this place, ye have been rebellious against Yahweh. See what's up? Okay.
What you got it?
You got it? Okay, sister, take your time. I'll start over. Okay.
Okay.
Deuteronomy 9, verse 7. And this is what we're talking about. This was the time when Moses was fasting for 40 days in Mount Sinai. They worshiped the molten calf in this time. This is where we're coming from with this scripture. To just show you how disobedient we was. And to this day, he says, remember and forget not how thou provokest Yahweh wrath in the wilderness, from the day that thou didst depart out of the land of Egypt, until ye came unto this place. Ye have been rebellious against Yahweh. Also in Horeb provoked Yahweh to wrath, so that Yahweh was angry with you to have destroyed you when I was gone up into the mount to receive the tables of stone, even the tables of the covenant, which Yahweh made with you. Then I abode in the mount 40 days and 40 nights. I neither did eat bread nor drink water. And Yahweh delivered unto me 2 tables of stone written with the finger of Yahweh. And on them was written according to all the words which Yahweh spake with you in the mount out of the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days and 40 nights that Yahweh gave me the 2 tables of stone, even the tables of the covenant. And Yahweh said unto me, Arise, get thee down quickly from hence, for thy people which thou hast brought forth out of Egypt have corrupted themselves. I want to know how they corrupted themselves.
They made their own God disobedient.
That's right. That's right. Hallelujah. They are quickly turned aside out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten image. Furthermore, Yahweh spake unto me, saying, I have seen this people, and behold, it's a stiff-necked people.
That's why it's so hard for us to get this word out to Israel. Because he's telling us stiff-necked, they ain't gonna change.
Wake up, dry bones.
Oh, Israel.
We need to wake up, people, for real. Because this is what the Father is talking about. We repeating the same thing over and over. This last end family that's out there watching, this it. The curtain gonna be closed. It ain't gonna be no more captivities after this. Understand that. That's why we gotta wake up now while we're in our captivity. That is a command from Most High, Yahweh. Okay? It says, furthermore, verse 13, furthermore, Yahweh spake unto me, saying, I have seen this people, and behold, it's a stiff-necked people. Let me alone, that I may destroy them. He want to destroy you. If you keep being rebellious and not repentant, and keep transgressing his statutes, that's what's going to happen to you, family. We got to wake up.
Oh, Israel bones.
That's right. That's right. All praise. Let me alone, that I may destroy them, and blot out their name from under heaven. And I will make of thee a nation mightier and greater than they. So I turned and came down from the mount, and the mount burned with fire, and the 2 tables of the covenant were in my 2 hands. And I looked, and behold, ye had sinned against Yahweh, and had made your molten calf. Ye have turned aside quickly out of the way which Yahweh had commanded you. And I took the 2 tables, and cast them out of my 2 hands, and break them before your eyes. And what he mean by in verse 16, he says, well, you already commanded, that goes back down to Exodus 20 when he gave the Israelites the laws. You understand? They gave them the commandments, and that's what he did. So he says, and I took, verse 17, and I took the 2 tables and cast them out of my 2 hands and break them before your eyes. Moses wasn't playing either. He says, and I fell down before Yahweh as the first 40 days and 40 nights. I did neither eat bread nor drink water because of all your sins which ye have sinned in doing wickedly in the sight of Yahweh to provoke him to anger. For I was afraid of the anger and hot displeasure wherewith Yahweh was wroth against you to destroy you, but Yahweh hearkened unto me at that time also.
Stop right there. Now you see Moses. Now Moses would have hired 4 days, 4 nights up there would have hired, right? He's telling you, he said, for I was afraid. We have to fear our Father.
That's right. Hallelujah.
When you sin, now why he afraid? Because they sin. Every time you do bad, you better fear him.
That's right.
And get it right. Beginning wisdom and fearing the higher. That's the only one get it right by fearing him. If we don't fear him, we gonna go la 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 la. I can do what I want to do. I can do say what I can just have. So if I keep on stealing, keep doing people wrong, keep on robbing, all kind of stuff.
Then you turn into a seared conscience.
That's right. Then when something happen to you, you gonna be like, wow, what is happening to me? Because you don't feel high, you gonna continue your sin. You gonna continue doing wrong.
Just like I'm telling you, that's why when people be so puffed up, that's why I brought it in those scriptures that you be proud and all high-minded and pumped up like you know everything. But the Father don't play in this next verse anyway. You know his brother Aaron, right? He says, from we'll go back to 19, for I was afraid of the anger and hot displeasure wherewith Yahweh was wroth against you to destroy you. But Yahweh hearkened unto me at that time also, and Yahweh was very angry with Aaron to have destroyed him. He wanted to destroy Aaron. He says, I prayed for Aaron also the same time. He chose Aaron to even help Moses through his time. After that time when Moses was chosen to bring us out, bring us up out of Egypt. So when we knew that, right? All praise. When we knew that, Father ain't playing. He's not playing. So why you think he's gonna play with you now? We got to wake up. We got to wake up.
Oh, Israel.
Yes, yes, hallelujah. He says, and I took your sin, the calf which ye had made, and burnt it with fire, and stabbed it, and ground it very small, even until it was as small as dust. That's just how much he hated that. That's just how much he did not want to even see that.
Now start with that, Cal. Moses said, I took your sin. We're responsible for the sheep.
That's right.
If we don't tell y'all and warn y'all about what's going to happen,
That's
this
right.
destruction, this and that, we're responsible. He said, I took y'all your sin. So we don't tell y'all the truth. Not according to what these pastors and preaching. We don't tell y'all the truth of these scriptures.
Hallelujah.
We take on that sin. We're responsible.
That's right.
Go ahead, Cal.
Because you all know.
Because there you go.
There you go.
Why would we eat this knowledge and not go feed? That's why he said the pastors that feed themselves and not the flock.
That's
That's
right.
in Jeremiah
23.
So we have to feed Israel because he gave us the knowledge, the understanding and know this.
That's right.
It's our duty to serve him and go out and feed his flock.
That's right. Okay, he says, and I took your sin, the calf which he made, and burned it with fire, and stabbed it, and ground it very small, even until it was small as dust. And I cast the dust thereof into the brook that descended out of the mountain. So I say that to say this, family. Father ain't playing. He trying to wake up his people. We have to wake up for real. We can't sit out here and keep on going through the reprobated mind state, still doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different outcome. That is insanity.
Yes, it is.
That's insanity. It's time for a new walk, new talk. It's time to wake up out of that deep sleep and be able to walk do your Father's will. Period, point blank. Self-explanatory. Let's take this to Isaiah 48, verse 9. Back to Isaiah 48. I have to read now. Go ahead. That's cool. Let's go. Go ahead, Elder.
Oh, you got it?
No,
Got it, brother?
no, I got it, brother, this time. Okay. You can calm down. Speed.
Now, see, though, we could be like, well, I take every opportunity to praise our Father's name, but the scripture keeps saying it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Especially for the reason
That's
I
right.
ain't gonna say it again. So I'm like,
That's right.
it's like this is for a reason why he keeps saying his name in the Bible. It's important that we know it.
That's right. Isaiah 48, verse 9 again. It says, for my name's sake will I do.
What?
For my name's sake.
For his name's sake. Go ahead, Cal.
Will I defer my anger, and for my praise will I refrain for thee, that I cut thee not off. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction, for my own sake, even for my own sake. He said that twice. Better pay attention. He says, will I do it? For how should my name be polluted? His
No,
name,
wait a minute. Lord, God is every deity in the world. He said, how can his name be polluted? If every nation got gods, I mean, that's already polluted.
That's right.
Calling him God is polluted.
That's right. Hallelujah.
Right? His name is set apart. Go ahead, Cal.
He says, my name be polluted, and I will not give my glory unto
He
another.
will not give his glory to another one. Now again, we have all these. The Bible tell you that the devil is called God. He said, I will not give my glory to another. So you can call him God like you call any other nation God. Guys, his name is polluted, and they got his glory.
That's right. Hallelujah. Hearken unto me, O Jacob, and Israel, my called. We are called. We are set apart. We set apart, family, so you ought to want to get in and seek his knowledge and walk uprightly. He says, I am he. I am the first. I am also the last.
That's I am that I am. Highest shall high, the first and the last, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. His name is right here again.
Hallelujah. He says, my hand also has laid the foundation of the earth, and my right hand has spanned the heavens when I call unto them that stand up together.
Hallelujah.
Wake up, dry bones.
Oh, Israel.
Hallelujah. I have spoken ye, I have called him, I have brought him, and he shall make his way prosperous. Let's bring it out. Isaiah 45. Verse 2. Isaiah 45, verse 2. Who he gonna make prosperous? Who he gonna bring prosperous? You're gonna learn today. Isaiah 45, verse 2. I will go before thee and make the crooked places straight. I will break in pieces the gates of brass and cut in sunder the bars of iron. And I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, Yahweh, which call thee by thy name, which call thee by thy name, and Yahweh of Israel. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, my elect.
Stop right there.
Hallelujah.
Sister, now you know you heard all these Christian churches, oh, we need elect, we need elect, we elect. Now who he say the elect is? He's only talking to Israel.
Only.
Only.
Israel is only the elect.
Only.
Only.
That's right.
Go ahead, Cap.
He says, verse 4, he says, for Jacob, my servant's sake.
Now who's serving? Now the word said they servants of who? God. Yeah, they serving God, right? Because we servants are higher.
That's right. Hallelujah. And Israel, my elect. I have even called thee by thy name.
By that name. The name he gave us, Obadiah, Nehemiah, Hezekiah.
Zechariah.
He keeps stressing his name. No matter how much you read this Bible, if you got eyes to see this, ears to hear it, you will see that he's stressing by his name.
That's why I want to know about my brother still out here calling all these other names.
It's all over the
and they
Bible.
call themselves an Israelite. We need to wake up, man. That ought not be.
Oh,
He
yeah.
says, he says,
That's
right. Hallelujah. Let's bring it out.
I'm listening.
That's right.
Yes, I mean,
Wake up, dry bones.
Oh, Israel.
For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, my elect, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee.
surnamed thee. Now, I was pause right there now.
Hey, bro.
Isaiah, when he came, what was he doing with his 12 apostles? He was surnaming them. He changed all them names.
That's right.
Your name is very important. If you're not reading the book of life, the name that he gave you in spirit and truth, this whole Bible is about the name of Israel, about the name of our Father and Son.
I mean, I'm reading this now, and I've been reading it wrong. I'm still, because I'm new, I'm still reading it just what it says, but the more and the more I learn, it focuses on I am.
I
right.
am.
It's
That's
I
right.
am.
That's
He
right.
said it. Only name he ever gave in Exodus 3, verse 13 through 15. I am that I am. He gave no other name and no other book.
Think about it this way, sister. Ahia, first language was Hebrew.
First language.
First language. You saw when he not Paul going down to Damascus or whatever. He spoke to Paul in Hebrew. He spoke to Paul in Hebrew. And Paul, when he went to Rome, Paul spoke to the Jews in Hebrew. So Yeshua is a Hebrew. Ahia gave us the Hebrew. He's our father. Now how Jesus ain't Hebrew. That name ain't Hebrew. Ahia is God. That's not Hebrew. That's Greek.
Greek name.
That's
Zeus.
a Greek name.
Zeus.
God, all that, those are other nations' names. It's not Hebrew. So how can God be a Hebrew name? It's not. How can Jesus be a Hebrew? It's not.
It's not.
We got to come back to the Hebrew. We don't have to know Hebrew.
Earth, pig, and dog.
All we need to know our Father and Son name in Hebrew. That's as far as you need to know. Everything else is going to come into play.
That's right. God name has no power.
No power.
Nothing. Say no power. Ain't no force in that name. Jesus, there's no force in that name. Lord, there's no force in that name.
And you are who you serve.
That's right. Because they didn't call you Messiah in that time. It's a Messiah. A
Messiah
master.
means Savior.
That's the Savior, which is the Savior. But he says ones that are working for, like it was like the maid servant in this, they would call it, say, master. You understand what I'm saying? But it goes on and on. That's why we got to go back and restudy, rethink ourselves, so we'll know the right terminologies for these words to be spoken forth, to have power. But I know one thing that has power, that's I am that I am.
I am. I
He's
know
giving
that.
me wisdom. He's giving me
Hallelujah.
knowledge. He waking me up. My brother, my elder, waking me up, who came to me with it.
I answer this question right here now. If the name was not important, why would Ahia put a whole book of Chronicles in here?
That's right.
It's Solomon's name is not even Solomon.
That's right.
His name is Jedediah.
Jedediah.
That's in the book.
That's right.
So what I'm trying to say that our father said he named Solomon Jedediah, which is in the Bible. I think that's 1 Samuel 12:24. What I'm trying to say is he made the whole book of Chronicles. His name was not important. He would not put Chronicles in his book.
That's right.
For the list of all the names from your father, your genealogy, all that in the Bible. Names are very important.
That's right. Let's bring it out. Verse, okay, where was him?
He said 5.
Let's go at 5. He says, I am Yahweh, and there is none else. There is no Yahweh beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things.
Now we know the devil has no power.
No
He's
power.
telling you who created all this stuff for his own purpose.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
So he had to get permission to go to and fro. Permission from the Most High. That's right. All right, let's bring this to Isaiah 51. Isaiah 51. Isaiah 51, verse 15. He says, but I am Yahweh Shurahaya. Everybody has it?
Sorry, brother. 11:36.
Okay, Isaiah 51, verse 15. But I am Yahweh Shurahaya that divided the sea, whose waves roared. Yahweh of hosts is his name.
This is what?
Is his name.
Is what?
Is his name.
Come on, sister. Now, we ain't making this up now. The Bible.
We're not.
We're not making this up. You see, he keeps
Not at all.
stressing. He's stressing about his name. That's why we stress about his name also, because he's stressing about his name.
That's right.
This is in the same Bible. Everybody read.
But they don't
King
call it.
James,
They don't bring
yeah.
it to caption though.
No.
They don't bring it to the forefront. They do not want to even have to deal with that in these churches, so-called churches, out here in these synagogues of Satan. They do not want to bring forth that word to bring it forth to the real word, because they in denial of the truth. Because they knock down a lot of their testimonies that they done already set forth. Mainly their wrong doctrine. Okay? Okay, let's bring that out. Verse 15. But I am Yahweh, Shurahaya, that divided the sea, whose waves, I'm at 2751, 15. That divided the sea, whose waves roared. Yahweh of hosts is his name. And I have put my words in thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of my hand, that I may plant the heavens, and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people.
Talking about Israel, the daughters of Zion, talking about us. He's only talking about Israel. This Bible is to Israel for Israel by Israelite.
Wake up, dry bones.
O Israel.
Wake up, dry bones.
O Israel.
Verse 17.
17.
Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of Yahweh the cup of his fury. Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling, and wrung them out. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she has brought forth. Neither is there any that taketh her by the hand of all the sons that she has brought up. These two things are come unto thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? Desolation and destruction and the famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all streets, as a wild bull in a net. They are full of fury of Yahweh, the rebuke of Yahweh Shurahaya.
Let's start right there. Sister, I'm going to expound on that a little bit. She said that son, talking about Israel now. I want you to imagine this picture. Now, when you drive in your car and go right down here through 29th, and then you go over here through College Hill, Ponce Leon, right? He said that sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets. Who you see at every street corner? Israel, right?
Us.
Listen to this scripture again. Thy sons have fainted. Talking about Israel now. Thy sons have fainted.
Gave up.
They lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net. All on wild, deuce, and all this crazy mess. This that's Israel, right? He said
They are full of fury.
full of fury. They're full of fury, right?
Of Yahweh, they rebuke Yahweh Shurahaya.
That's right. the rebuke of him, that's from sinning against him. They still not waking up.
No.
They're not trying to wake up.
That's right.
That's the rebuke of a higher. That's being rebuked.
That's right.
Out on that street corner. This is prophesied about Israel.
That's right.
He said, thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets. Come on, Israel. We leave here right now. In every corner we see, we're going to see Israelites on the corner yelling and cussing and pants hanging off their butt.
That's right. Being proudful and proud.
That's right.
And sleep. Thus saith Yahweh, verse 22. Was it verse 21? 21. Therefore, hear now, this thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine.
They're not drunk with wine. They were drunk with the rebuke of a higher.
That's right. Seared conscience.
That's right.
Reprobated mind state.
That's right.
That's what you see your brothers and
Doing
sisters
everything
out
that
here.
heathens taught us to do. Go on the corner and sell drugs. That's the only way we're going to make it. Oh, gangs and colors. Oh, we are red over here. Oh, we are blue over here. Oh, I hate y'all. We ready to stay right down the street from y'all. Oh, I hate this part of the projects. Oh, I hate that part of the project. That's
right.
the rebuke of a higher from the division.
That's right.
Not
Division.
trying to get this knowledge.
That's right, elder. Verse 22. Thus saith Yahweh Shua, and Yahweh that pleadeth the cause of his people.
Who people?
His people.
Who people?
His people.
His people.
Behold, I have taken out thy hand the cup of trembling, and even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over.
Hallelujah.
Oh,
That's
praise.
the one that's going over.
That's right. Let's bring it out. Let's bring it out.
Yes.
Let's go to Isaiah 65. Isaiah 65. Here's Isaiah 65, verse 1. Yes, brothers and sisters, we got to know what's happening right now. And these are the last days we're living in. The Father just gave you that, told you what's going on in these streets.
And we're seeing it. We're witnessing it.
That's
So
right.
I'm telling you about the day. This is talking about today. Now, this Bible was went 20,000 years ago.
Yes.
It's talking about stuff happening right
2000.
now. Hey, come on, man.
Yes.
We can't even count it.
He's giving you the time right now. And you talking about a white man wrote this book? Be for real. No, this book is holy. This book is set apart.
This is our book.
This book is for our heritage.
This is our book.
And who don't read it, that gonna be your downfall. I plead for you to read it. Don't be asleep. Because these words are spirit and truth, and they're cutting every time. All praise Isaiah 65, verse 1. I am sought of them that ask not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold, behold me. That means understand, grab onto me. Behold me unto a nation that was not called by my name.
Sorry, Sister Mike keeps saying, we ain't writing this in the Bible.
No, we're not.
We ain't writing this in the Bible. He keeps stressing about.
His
That's
name.
right.
He's stressing about his name.
That's right.
And that's why it's so instilled in us to bring out his name, because the Bible stresses about it,
Hallelujah.
even though the Lord God is in the book. I mean, how many scriptures we done gave that he didn't stress out his name so far?
So you telling me his name still God? Or you telling me his name still Jesus?
No.
Or you telling me his name still Lord?
His name is a height.
His name is Ahia.
His name Ahia Shahaya. All praise to Yahweh, our Father. He says, I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good, after their own thoughts. There go the thoughts again. That's to go to your conscience again. It's bearing witness. That's the rule, the spirit that's in you. Understand?
And I'm gonna tell you something, sister. This when you read Isaiah, this is a future prophecy. This is like Revelation.
That's right.
This is a future prophecy now. Now they gonna say today they eat swine flesh, but this go ahead, Cap.
Okay, all praise. He says, I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good after their own thoughts. That means all the captivities we done been through up to this point. And then up to this point where we at. He knew he was rebellious. Even in the mother's womb, he said he was transgressing. He knew he was a transgressor. He knows who's who. Just like Judas Iscariot was used for that purpose. Pharaoh was used for that purpose. Moses was used for that purpose. What purpose are you going to be used for? Wake up, O Israel. Wake up, dry bones.
Oh, Israel.
Hallelujah.
A people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face, that sacrificeth in gardens, and burneth incense upon altars of bricks.
Start right there. Now they had gardens, sacrifice on altar to bricks. Now when you get a barbecue grill and y'all set up a feast, right? This and that, whatever. Y'all set up an altar because y'all not praising the higher. Y'all giving praise to whatever reason y'all came there to sacrifice that meat for that cook that dinner, right?
That's right.
Keep reading for.
It says, which remain among the graves and lodge in the mountain in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh.
Eat who?
Swine's flesh.
When you got that barbecue grill up to whatever you're sacrificing and offering that day to, and not a higher, right? You eating swine's flesh, right? Which is abomination to you. How you gonna pray with that swine? He said that's abomination to you. Something he said don't eat.
That's
you
right.
Who are you praying to?
That's
to
right.
Cleanse it. It'll never get cleansed because he said do not do it. It's abomination to you. You got a barbecue grill up. Y'all doing a feast. To who? To what?
For
He
what?
said don't eat it. Right? Keep going, Cal.
He says, which eat swine's flesh and broth of abominable things in their vessels.
In their vessels.
I mean, you can still cooking with collard greens and stuff like that.
You mix it.
With ham hock.
all that stuff.
You're cooking your cabbage the same way. It's an abomination. That's why he tell you things and broth of an abominable things
You mix it
in
with
their
all kinds of
vessels.
food. You make broth out of it. You gotta do all kind of stuff with it. All
That's
kind
right.
of
We
broth.
have-
It's your for your gravy. You get your pork chop gravy and all that kind of stuff, man. You just brothing it up, man.
That's it.
Your feast, whatever kind of feast you have.
That's right. It says, which say, stand by thyself. Come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. That means you still think you got it going on. You still think you're doing the right thing. No, that's not so true. These are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burneth all day. This what Yahweh said would make him mad. Behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silence, but will recompense, even recompense into their bosom. Your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together, saith Yahweh, which have burned incense upon the mountains and blasphemed me upon the hills. Therefore will I measure the former work into their bosom. Thus saith Yahweh, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one said, destroy it not. Isaiah on that. Isaiah is on it. He says, for a blessing is in it. We the cluster. We the cluster. We that special cluster that he picked out of. That special grape. He said, a blessing is in it. So will I do for my servant's sake, that I may not what? Destroy them all. We that cluster. So you got to wake up, Israel, to know who you are. In this walk, in order to get right. Understand? It says, and I will bring forth the seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains and my elect.
My who?
My mountains.
My who? My elect.
My elect.
Again, you'll see Christianity. Oh, we elect. Who he said?
He says,
Jacob and Judah.
That's
He
right.
said about Israel's the only elect.
Only. He says, and I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob, verse 9, and out of Judah, an inheritor. Inheritor. What inheriting?
We're going to inherit the kingdom.
That's right.
We're the people of the book.
The blessings are on upon us.
Only upon Israel.
Only of my mountains, and my elect shall inherit it.
My elect, he's telling us ahead of time that Israel's going to inherit his mountain. It's going to be holy Jerusalem coming down.
How you not want to wake up out of your deep sleep, Israel? How you not want to come to this truth, to this light, to his true name, that his name, he acts about his name all through all the 88 books. The Sukkah, the Septuagint, the Sefer. Let's wake it up. No book you get. He says, and my elect shall inherit it, and my servant shall dwell there. Oh, praise. He says, and Sharon shall be a fold of flocks, and the valley of Angkor, a place for the herds to lie down for my people for my people.
For who? I thought you were talking about the world.
For my people.
John 3:16.
For my people that have sought me.
Oh, man.
But ye are they that forsake Yahweh, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offerings unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called you, ye did not answer. Wake up, old dry bones.
O Israel.
When I spake, ye did not hear it. Wake up, old dry bones.
O Israel.
But did evil before my eyes, and did chose that wherein I delighted not.
Everything that he said don't do, they do.
That's right.
Everything that he tell them to not do, they do.
All right, family, let's go start right there. Let's carry up. Let's go to Amos. Amos 3. Amos 3. Amos 3. Amos 3. I'm letting you know, he just let you know, and now he says, for my people. He got his special people. He told you in verse 8 back in 65.
1395, brother.
I told you, he said in
1395.
Isaiah 65. Go ahead with the Amos 3 is where we headed, family. Verse 1. And he told you in verse 8 in Isaiah 65. Yahweh said, as new wine is found in the cluster, and one says, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it. We that blessing, family. That's why you got to wake up out your deep sleep and get this walk right. And it's serious. I take it serious. I don't play with it. Me and my elder do not play with this. That's why we stomping and grinding. I am to spread this word, spread his name. Let you know this name is powerful. If you calling all on these other different names, man, you sleep. Period, point blank, you sleep. You got to call on the name that he set forth first in Exodus 3, verse 13 through 15. Because I don't care what topics we do, what sermons we do, his name is infallible. It's infallible proof. You cannot, it's futile to go around it. So I need you to understand that. This is very serious. Let's go to Amos 3.
We did that last week.
She remember?
That's right.
Hallelujah. All praises.
Oh, praise. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Definitely show ourselves approved right by the word of truth.
That's
Hallelujah.
right. Bring it out, brother.
You got it.
You go ahead, brother. Read down.
Everybody got it? Hear the word that Ahijah has spoken against you, O house of Israel, against the whole family. Now he say family. Now he talking about the whole world. Now he said the family's a family matter.
Start right there. That's what I wanted to put out here. Hear this word. This word is for us to understand. For us to rightly divide this word. Hear this word that Yahweh has spoken against you. He ain't worried about nobody else.
He ain't worried about nobody else.
Nobody else. No matter how much you want to go talk about his humanity, morality, nothing. It ain't gonna. It's not gonna happen, family. He's only dealing with Judah and Israel only, and that's what it's gonna be. He says, against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish
you.
Who punished
Now,
you?
who getting punished?
For your
Who
iniquities.
getting punished? Who getting punished? Look around. Look at the punishment.
That's right, in the streets. Just like I read in the verses beforehand. He spoke about the people in the streets. Elders spoke about that. Our people in the
Scripture brought
streets,
it out.
wild like bulls.
Scripture brought that out now, you know what I'm saying? So this is visual. We can see it.
That's why I like to bring out these scriptures. That's why I let the scriptures edify. Like my elders told me, the scriptures will bring it out.
So we'll bring it out. All we gotta do is keep reading.
That's right. Keep reading. They're going to bring it out. I need you to go to Jeremiah 11. Jeremiah 11. I'll read this. You can pound down. I'm going to read this one. We got 1, 2 at a time. Jeremiah 11. Jeremiah 11. That's why it's important for us to really sit down and really meditate on this word when you read it in your downtime to get to really know this message. Really read the 66 books so you really know who he's talking about. His name, what is mentioned of you, your heritage. We the only people that don't know who we are. We the only people sleep. We the only people that buy each and everything out in this world. If we stop buying everything right now today, this world would be corrupt. It would go down. Okay. All praise. Okay. The word that came to Jeremiah. Everybody has it? The word that came to Jeremiah. Jeremiah saying, hear ye the words of this covenant, and speak unto the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. Did he say everybody?
So you.
Did he say the world? He said, hear ye the words of this covenant. We ain't giving this covenant is not for nobody else. So don't let no Christian, Presbyterian, no Baptist, none of the people trying to deter your walk. Don't let them cause you to err, family. He says, hear ye the words of this covenant and speak unto the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And say unto them, thus saith the highest of Israel.
Of who?
of Yeshua of
And I thought
Israel.
he was a higher of other nations.
Yeshua of
Family
Israel.
member. Keep reading, Cap.
Cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of this
Now,
covenant.
sister, that's a curse that we're gonna take upon when we don't obey this Bible.
That's right.
If we don't obey this laws, statutes, commandments, we put a curse upon ourselves
Brother,
by not doing it.
That's right.
And it's a curse for us not preaching it.
That's right. Oh, praise, hallelujah. He says, which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, from the iron furnace, saying, obey my voice, and do them according to all which I command you. So shall ye be my people, and I will be your Yahweh.
Hallelujah. Now we made that covenant with Ahia to be his people. We'll agree to that. We're his people. Well, we'll call before we was in our mother's womb to come.
That's right.
But now we got to be obedient to the laws, statutes, commandments, come back to him.
That I may perform the oath which I have sworn unto your what? Fathers, to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as it is this day.
This day.
Then answered I and said, so be it. So be it. It's right there. It's right there in the black and white for your family. That's
So
out there.
be
So be it.
That's why we don't use.
That means it's
We don't
sealed.
use, so be it.
That's
So
right.
be it.
We
It's
don't
done.
Will
use.
be.
We don't use amen.
Shall be.
We use so be it. That's called waking up, family, from that deep sleep. He says, then Yahweh said unto me, proclaim all these words in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, saying, hear ye the words of this covenant.
Now his audience only is Israelites.
Only. He says, and do them. For I earnestly protested unto your fathers in the day that I brought them up out of the land of Egypt, even unto this day, rising early and protesting, saying, obey my voice. Yet they obeyed not, nor inclined their ear, but walked every one in the imagination of their evil heart. Therefore I will bring upon them all the words of this covenant. You're going to be condemned by these same words of this covenant.
This how you
If
get
you don't
right.
do this walk. If you don't get in and wake up for real, Israel, this how you going to do it. Oh, dry bones, wake up, wake up. Okay, let me keep on. It says, I will bring upon them all the words of this covenant, which I commanded them to do, but they did them not. And Yahweh said unto me, a conspiracy is found among the men of Judah and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem. Well, we got a conspiracy going on right now this day in this so-called America. Right now, we got a conspiracy going on. Absolute. He says, they are turned back to their iniquities of their forefathers, which refused to hear my words, and they went after other gods to serve them. The house of Israel and the house of Judah have broken my covenant, which I made with their fathers. See, the promise is only to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's why the Father has not just gone ahead and destroyed us as a whole family. That's loyalty. We need to be loyal to his rules, his statutes, the commandments, what he set forth for us to do. Because if we're not, you're just being disobedient and you're transgressing the law. And that's sinning. Period, point blank. He says, therefore thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry to me, I will not hearken unto them. Then shall the cities of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem go and cry to the gods unto whom they offer incense. But they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble. He said, at all.
At all.
So stop calling on this God, Lord, and Jesus. That's insanity, man.
Now, you realize how he's still telling that he's saying the name is God. Their gods are called gods. He's in his Bible. He's telling their God is named God. So how can his name be the same thing as he telling you not to serve their gods? What's
That's
the
right.
difference?
What's the difference? Hallelujah. Awesome, brother.
What's the difference?
Good. Good.
A lot of
That's
sense.
good.
Awesome, brother.
Come on, man. I
Awesome,
mean,
brother.
you gotta see this for what it is.
That's right.
Come on, man. Keep reading, Cal.
Okay, verse 13. He's going to go ahead and finish that verse. But they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble. For according to the number of the cities where thy gods, O Judah, according to the number of the streets of Jerusalem, have ye set up altars, that shameful thing, even altars to burn incense unto Baal.
Just got a question. You got questions?
It says,
I'm just listening.
therefore,
The words is sick before itself.
It's before it's self-explanatory.
it brings it out.
It's self-explanatory.
That's right.
Just for the self-explanatory.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Therefore, verse 14.
Now think about it. Read 13 again, brother.
For according to the number of the cities were thy gods, O
Now
Judah.
they call gods in the church, right? Keep reading, Cap.
According to the number of the streets of Jerusalem.
Now we got churches all over the streets, right? Keep
That's
reading.
right. Have ye set up altars?
Now these are altars when the pastor get on the pulpit calling the Lord God Jesus, right?
That's right.
Keep
To
reading.
that shameful thing, even altars to burn incense
To
unto Baal.
Baal. So these altars, these churches are altars to Baal. They're not to a higher.
That's right.
Cause we learned last week that when you pray toward you pray toward the house of Solomon built to a higher name. Now when you
right.
build a sanctuary, it should be on it to a higher.
That's right.
Now if you build a church, and they call First Baptist, Second Baptist, you just build the altar
The Baal.
to Baal. All these churches around here is an altar to Baal. The scripture's telling you that.
That's why he called him in the Bible the synagogue of Satan. That's in Acts
Yeah,
17.
synagogue of Satan.
Acts 17, verse 24. You go there, you know, they telling you, I see you worshiping an unknown God. All right, let's carry on 14. Therefore, pray not thou for this people, neither lift up a cry nor prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble. That means he gonna ignore you.
Don't know you.
You ain't your prayer. You think their prayers ain't getting heard?
Do you think
his
by all
prayers
this
not.
time that they can't see what we see?
Yes.
Because they're not really seeking him with their whole heart.
Hallelujah. What has my beloved to do in my house, seeing she has wrought lewdness with many, and the holy flesh is passed from thee? When thou doest evil, then thou rejoicest? He telling you that's what they're doing in the churches. You're doing wrong already, then you gonna rejoice in your wrong? Yahweh called thy name.
What?
Yahweh called thy name.
Yeah.
A green olive tree, and of goodly fruit, with the noise of a great tumult. He has kindled fire upon it, and the branches of it are broken. For Yahweh of hosts that planted thee has pronounced evil against thee for the evil of the house of Israel and of the house of Judah, which they have done against themselves. They did this to themselves. Ain't nobody doing it to them. They studied not to show thyself approved. They chose to stay asleep. He says, to provoke me to anger in offering incense to Baal.
No, they call on Lord Jesus God. They're calling on Satan Baal.
And they doomed. They doomed. He says, and Yahweh has given knowledge of it, and I know it. Then thou showest me their doings. But I was like a lamb or an ox. Okay, then he says, I was like a lamb or an ox to the slaughter, and I knew not that they had devised devices against me, saying, let us destroy the tree with the fruit thereof, and let us cut him off from the land of the living, that his name may be no more remembered. There go that name again. He says, but, O Yahweh of hosts, that judges righteously, that tries the reins of the heart, let me see the vengeance on them. For unto thee have I revealed my cause. Jeremiah pleading with the Father. He's pleading with him. Therefore said Yahweh of the men of Antonoth, that seek thy life. Now it's coming to get to the sector. Well, you know, Father got all certain people. He got these nations, our people. He's only talking to us, Judah and Israel. But we also have Israel, our brothers. We got the Benjamin tribe. And this Antonoth was a name of one of the Levitical cities given to the children of Aaron in the tribe of Benjamin. Those them Jamaicans that he talking to, so-called Jamaicans. He says, and that's in Joshua 21, 13 through 18, and 1 Chronicles 6, 54 through 60, if you want to research that. It says, residents were called Anthonites, or Anthonites. And he's speaking about the Jamaicans, because he talk about that city. He says, therefore thus says Yahweh of the men of Antonoth, that seek thy life, saying, prophesy not in the name of Yahweh.
Now, sister, you read about what he said. Prophesy not in his name. Not now. When we were in captivity, slavery, they had our Bible at the time. Do you think they're gonna put his name in here?
Correct name.
Now he's telling you right here. He said, prophesy not in the name of Yahweh,
that thou die not by our hand.
That's right.
They
so
feared
they
the
tell you
name.
not to say that name. It's in the Bible that said, do not say his name. Now they didn't say God. They say prophesy not in his name.
I'm going to read how they got it right here. Prophesy not in the name of the Lord. It's right there in black and white, brother.
Yeah,
You see it?
But you know that mean a higher, because higher, they take it out and put Lord God in his Bible.
That's right.
They didn't want you to prophesy. They fear a higher. They fear us, so they're not going to call his name.
That's why they put that T-H-G, the Lord. When all you have to say is prophesy not in the name of a higher. Period.
And they had to add the Lord. That's why you see the Lord, you always see the Lord.
That's why I don't say it.
And I just skipped it.
That's right. That thou die not by our hand. Therefore thus saith Yahweh of hosts, behold, I will punish them. The young men shall die by the sword. Who died in these streets?
But why should they die by the sword? Because they don't want to call his name. Because they don't want to call his name.
That's right.
So what name they going to teach us? Now these are Pharisees, Sadducees, which are hypocrites, right? The days
right.
Pharisees, Sadducees, that's teaching you Lord Jesus God, that taught Israel Lord God Jesus.
Clarify that, brother. It's the churches. Those the Pharisees and Sadducees that's out here spitting viper poison to our people, so forth as the other Israelites out here. These brothers out here in this camp calling them Yahuwah and this and that. They doing the same thing. Same thing. He says, behold, I will punish them. The young men shall die by the sword, their sons and their daughters shall die by famine, and there shall be no more remnant of them, for I will bring evil upon the men of Antioch.
Now who the punishment happened to, brother and sister? Who did this happen to? Slavery, captivity.
That's right.
It happened to us, right? Now again, because his name, when he said they refused to call him his name, he said, therefore thus says the higher of hosts, behold, I will punish them. That's simply not calling on his name. He said, I'm going to punish them for rejecting his name. He said, the young men should die by the sword.
That's right.
Now we see that captivity and slavery where they just killed us, right? He says, and their sons and their daughters shall die by famine, starvation. Keep reading, Cap.
And there shall be no more remnant of them, for I will bring evil upon the men of Antioch, and even the year of their visitation.
Hallelujah.
That's all future stuff here on this one.
And this all happened to us.
That's right.
Now we look back at this and see, well, wow, this is telling us
This
what
happened for
happened
you.
to us. You know, watching those movies about slavery captivity. We're reading it. We don't have to watch the movies. We can read it.
The plot against Jeremiah.
That's right. Go ahead.
The year of their visitation. Let's go to Jeremiah 15. And the same thing happened to another tribe. Jeremiah 15. See, the Father trying to wake up his people. They're Israelites too also. You got to understand the tribe of Benjamin are Israelites. They don't want to stay with us in 70 AD. In Jerusalem. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. They stood strong. Okay? Let's go to Jeremiah 15, verse 1. Then said Yahweh unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight, and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith Yahweh, such as are for death to death, and such are as for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity.
So everybody had something that was going to deal with them. No matter where you went, you was going to get dealt with.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
No matter what, you was not going to escape the wrath of God. He spoke it. That's why you look like those movies, you've seen those movies of slave men say, wow, no mercy on, no mercy on, no He's
mercy.
saying it right here, it's going to happen. You get on that slave boat and come over here, you still going to get slaughtered.
That's right. That's
Still
right.
going to get dealt with. No matter where you go, you not escape the wrath of a higher word.
That's right. He says, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, said Yahweh, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear. Who the ones got told out there in the
With
slavery
dogs.
days?
Who the enemy walk with dogs, chasing us and eating us and killing and destroying us?
That's right. He says, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, said Yahweh, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of heaven. Invite Brother in. He's sitting there. Come on in, brother. You want to get some knowledge? All right, okay. He says, and I will cause them to, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. And I will cause them to be removed into all kingdoms of the earth because of Manasseh, Well, who's Manasseh? That's one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Those are the Cubans. Understand? And Manasseh in Hebrew means causing to forget. In Hebrew, this is the name of the oldest son of Joseph and Asneth, and the ancestor of one of the 12 tribes of Israel. In the 7th century BC, the king of Judah. We have to be able to understand this, family. He says, because of Manasseh, verse 4, because of Manasseh, the son of Hezekiah, king of Judah, for that which he did in Jerusalem. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Sister, open that door. Have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem, or shall Bilman,
Shalom, brother.
shalom, brother, Bilman thee, or shall go aside to ask how thou dost. Understand? And see, Behoman,
Hallelujah.
and I'm still going on, I just want to be able to explain, Behoman is just like a crowd, bewailing. Nobody wanted to cry for what was going on. For who shall, verse 5, for who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem, or who shall bemoan thee? Nobody have but sorrowful. That would be bemoan mean. Understand? He says, so who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? Verse 6. Verse 6. One more time, brother. You open that door there, brother, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
He says, Jeremiah 15,
6.
verse 6, brother. It says, thou hast forsaken me, saith Yahweh, thou art gone backward. Therefore will I stretch out my hand against thee and destroy thee. I am weary with repenting. I mean, you time the Father out. Y'all doing all that repenting, but you're going right back to your same vomit. He says, I will fan them with a fan in the gates of the land. I will bereave them of children. I will destroy my people.
Hallelujah.
Since they return not from their ways. That means you got to be able to repent. Because everything is on a re-effect. You got to remember, readdress, rejoice. Understand what I'm saying? So it's always a re-effect in the Father's will. Rebuke. Understand? So he says, since they return not from their ways, their widows are increased to me above the sand of the seas. I have bought them.